Hello, this is Soundout here, back in another Transformers Fall of Cybertron Generations review. Today we have the last review of 2012, Part 2, because I couldn't really fit these into the last video and make it time-worthy. Today we're looking at Ravage and Rumble, along with Frenzy and Ratbat. These are the Generations Legends class figures. These are the data disc figures that I mentioned in my previous review of Soundwave and Sound Blaster, and these are designed to work with Soundwave and Sound Blaster, and Blaster, who's coming later on. We have Ravage and Rumble in one pack, Frenzy and Ratbat in another. Now I'm calling them those names because that's what the packaging says. These are Legends, so they are Legend sized, and there's 2 of them per package, so they're $10.99 at Toys R Us, where I bought mine. Got 01 series, number 001, on the side with the 2 robot modes. They are packaged here with their cases and their disc parts, Transformers Generations, Ravage, and Rumble. It is interesting, this is the first time that we've had a Rumble be blue for a toy. Usually Frenzy's blue. Endless debate. I think they went with the cartoon on this one. So, Ravage rarely speaks, and when he does, it's often only to recite some worn piece of Decepticon dogma. In contrast, Decepticon Rumble never shuts up. He issues constant stream, a sarcastic patter designed to provoke enemy and friend alike to violence. They could be more different, but are totally loyal to their master Soundwave. It's got data disc mode, pops into robot mode. Data disc mode, pops into robot mode. So, get Ravage Rumble. There are some stats there if you want to see. Eject from Soundwave to autoconvert. Soundwave sold separately. Doesn't mention Sound Blaster since he's one per case. So you had Frenzy and Ratbat. Ratbat is a retool of Laserbeak. We'll go into that later. Ratbat is the most independent of the agents employed by Soundwave. He spends most of his time away from the others, engineering complex financial schemes rigged to cripple the Autobot network. Decepticon Frenzy, on the other hand, enjoys the company of others, if so only that his sonic interference can cause chaos among those around him. It's the same thing, basically. Now, there will be a Wave 2 set of these. There will be a 2-pack of Eject and Ramhorn, along with Sundar and Rewind. I may have Eject and Rewind backwards, but whatever. So there will be Blasters cassettes as well. So, without further ado, let's take a look at these guys. Now, they're very, very simple, being Legends toys, as they call them. So we shall take a look at them individually. We're going to start with Ravage, because he's the worst of them. Now you can see the clear purple cases we get with the Decepticon logo. They open up and push the little data disc out. And here is Ravage. So, really nice intricate paint decal on here. Really nice looking. Now you can transform him, and you just gotta get him down. Now, the thing with this one is that that's all it springs out. You have to then readjust his legs so they don't go all the way. Then you got to fold out his legs like this, and then you got to fold this out and fold out his tail. That's quite a lot to do, considering it's supposed to pop into robot mode. Laserbeak and Buzzsaw, if you remember if you watched my previous review, Buzzsaw, full transformation. Laserbeak, full transformation. Ravage has stuff you have to do with him. It's kind of annoying, to say the least, but Ravage has always gotten the short end of the stick in terms of cassette transformations. If you remember G1 Ravage, yeah, didn't turn out well either. Anyway, as you can see here, he does look really nice. He's got paint apps on his head, which is nice. He's got a Decepticon logo. He does look okay. Once you get him transformed, he is alright. Just not perfect. I might end up digging out the Ravage that came with Hound from the Universe line and use that instead. But overall, not bad. He does, to transform him back, you do need to flip his head inside and do this. Now the legs are really tricky to close up. Now this should be easy, but it really isn't. The rest of these are really good and fun. This one is not. You gotta fold his legs in first. They just don't want to work sometimes. The gear system is kind of stupid. If you can tell, I'm not so enthusiastic about Ravage. I really like Ravage. I just don't like this figure of him. There you go. You gotta have his legs in a certain position just so he can transform. If you are curious, he does fit inside Soundwave. Just gonna open Soundwave here, push the chest piece in. He does go inside like that. And to do the ejecting gimmick of sorts, we shall go with this and pull this out, and we'll try to do it. There's Hasbro's ejecting gimmick. He transformed when he hit the ground. So there is Ravage. Easily the worst of the bunch. But all things saying, it's not terrible. It's not arachnid. Yeah, I said it. It's not arachnid. Which I still think is the worst transform of all time. So there's Ravage. Alright, next we're going to take a look at the twins. Rumble and Frenzy. G1 cartoon names, or Frenzy and Rumble, G1 toy names. Whatever you want. So, anyways, here we go. We got the two boxes here, same as Ravage. You take them out here. You can see this one, the blue one, whichever you want him to be. I'm going to call him Rumble. It's blue with a light blue cover, and then a silver detail on top. Looks really nice. It's a convincing disc. He transforms, well, if you drop him right. And all you gotta do is flip out his feet, fold down his arms. I wish you didn't have to do anything, but not much you can do about that. So there is Mr. Rumble, or Frenzy, whatever you want. It's up to you. Now, I was wondering if they were going to include guns at one point, because he does have open hands for some reason. No, not much you can do about it, but it is there. There are no pegs in his back. It's not like they just cut it at the last minute, but if you can, well, yeah, I guess if you have one of those GDO Legends figures with the weapons, you could give it to him. So you do have that. So there's one half of that. The other one, here we have Frenzy, is a red disc, which is red, and then a lighter red, and then a silver. He transforms the same way. And he's basically the same figure in red. So there you go. There are Rumble and Frenzy. Now, they don't come with any pile drivers. They don't come with any weapons, like I said. But they are the first ones to be articulated because they can move their arms of their own free will, which is really nice. So those two. Here they are next to Soundwave, if you're curious. And if you are curious, if you want to, yeah, I'll do this for fun. We'll set this up right. Just got to transform them back. And for the first time in the history of ever, we can launch cassettes, or deployers. Let's just call them deployers. You can launch deployers in rapid succession. Much like the original cartoon could, but none of the toys could. Also, if I didn't mention it, holding 3 in his chest is a new record. I think the record before that was 2. So, now that we got 2 of these guys loaded up, let's eject them properly. And let's get the last one out there. And they go flying. Jeez. But yeah, there we go. Rapid cassette launching. Let's just pretend they landed and transformed like that. So yeah, that is Rumble and Frenzy. Last but not least, let's take a look at Ratbat. Ratbat is in his case here, and he is a really nice pink color with the gold and brown circuitry, much like Buzzsaw, who transformed while I was holding him. Not much you can do about that. But anyways, here you go. This one gets stuck, but it works. So now you can see he is a slight mold difference. He uses the same skeleton as Laserbeak and Buzzsaw. The tail piece is slightly different, as you can see, and therefore the top part is different. The neck is the same, but the heads are different. So you do have the bat head and suppose the bird head, and they did change up the outer molding on the disc part. So that is nice. They did change it up, and it's not just standard. It's not just a new head or a new paint scheme. I did like how they did change the colors on him, or they not just changed the colors, but they also did that. So you could eject him from Soundwave if you wanted to, but I think it'd work better if he was ejected from Sound Blaster, because I just wanted to do one of these with Sound Blaster since I didn't really show any of these in Sound Blaster. Which, you know, it's not necessary, but now we can have Sound Blaster eject Ratbat, who is stuck. There we go. Actually launches those pretty far. No springs required on that one. So what can I say about Soundwave's minions? The 2-pack of, what was it, Rumble and Ravage is a solid 2-pack. You are getting 2 new molds, the first use of both molds. But Ravage is a bit lacking. The Frenzy and Ratbat 2-pack is a nice repaint and retool set to them. So it's basically the same case as Soundwave and Sound Blaster. If you got a Soundwave, you basically you have Laserbeak, so you just retooled Ratbat. If you have Rumble, you got Frenzy, basically. But if you want a complete team, like I have here, you're going to need both 2-packs. And at $11 a 2-pack, it's not too bad priced overall, and is definitely possible to complete your collection. If you are just getting Soundwave, though, not Sound Blaster, that's what your collection will look like. But if you do have all of them, and Sound Blaster too, Sound Blaster can chill out over here, then you do have the complete collection. It is a nice little system, especially since with 6 discs and 2 and Soundwave and Sound Blaster, I can contain all of them inside of them. The only downside is that both Soundwaves will have these things sticking out of their backs, and that's kind of unsightly. But overall, really nice little figures. Now, if you aren't interested in buying, Soundwave, then there really is no reason to get them. But if you enjoy little auto-transforming figures, then it can be a good thing. If you're a Bot Shots fan, then they're definitely fun for you Bot Shots people out there. I say that as if I wasn't one, but I am one. Bot Shots are addicting, but not when they keep releasing the same characters over and over again. But anyways, before we go, I shall end this review with a nice little comparison. Due to a purchase I've made recently, I bought a G1 red robot guy, because I don't want to piss anyone off. So you can see, they made them the same size, much like how G1 Soundwave and Fall of Cybertron Soundwave are the same size. So, there is the Soundwave collection, as I'm going to call it. And I can definitely recommend it. If you're going to get Soundwave, definitely get his cassettes as well. It really adds to the figure. And it looks nice that I have a complete set that only took one purchase instead of having to try to track down all the G1 cassettes and reissues and stuff, which I had tried in the past, but now that I got these, I really don't need to worry about it. And heck, we still got one up on Masterpiece. They haven't announced a Ratbat yet, or a Sound Blaster. Oh, they'll probably be back together, won't they? So anyways, that is it for 2012 of the Soundout reviews. I have had fun this year reviewing things, and I'll be back next year with more to entertain you all. There'll be more Fall of Cybertron. I'll definitely review Blaster and his cassettes, because might as well. Be an interesting comparison. Anyways, be sure to check out HeroTaku.com for the latest news of everything. And Tux is not saying, have a happy new year, and goodbye.